Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we are going to continue the progression in summons for the new Highborn Draconic hero. And overall, we are seeing her used in a lot of different places, like the speculation was kind of when it came to earlier release within this hero itself. We're also going to buy a few packs in here. I want to figure out mathematically what is going to make the most sense. But as we're looking right here within the brutal Burning Brute, within the leaderboard itself, we are already seeing her used, boom, right alongside Skyline, which we know is super expensive when it comes to those Highborn Draconic heroes. But as you can see, putting out over 15 billion damage, which is kind of crazy. Definitely got a big build in here. And of course, you see Skyline putting out 18. Now, a lot of players were also speculating that because of this hero and functionality, how she works with amplifying Dragon Speak damage, kind of what we've seen with Beagris, is heroes like Skyline are going to have a lot more effectiveness because of the Dragon Speak damage that they do have. Now, in addition to the Cursed Realm, we can see she is best in slot in there. We are also seeing the exact same rate here within the Nightmare Corridor, seeing her right there in formation number 1. Even with a very, very basic, you can see 1 copy legendary, still doing incredibly well because fundamentally the hero still works. Now, this is where it is a little bit different when you start looking at Highborn Draconic heroes in comparison to Awakened heroes, where even at a very basic level, you do have the access for the hero itself. So even looking at the one that I have right here, you can see we do have her already at Mythic, is looking at the skills and abilities here. They are unlocked. This again is a difference that a lot of people sometimes don't realize. When it comes to an Awakened hero, you'll have the ultimate skill, but you will have the secondary skills. All of these will be locked when it comes to an Awakened hero up into the point where you build them out. That means a hero like this has a lot of effectiveness, even at that single legendary copy like we just seen within there, to amplify the damage in the game mode that Skyline is actually doing. And then it also makes me wonder and kind of question, within the Treasure Scramble itself, are we going to see a rise with this hero? And it looks like I have to redo my teams in here. Haven't used any guides, haven't really looked at much in here. But overall, are we going to see her within formations, or could it be running in lower formations? Now, one thing to note with this hero in general is the survivability. This hero is very burst heavy damage. This hero will die out very quickly within formations. And if you used her, that kind of makes me wonder again, when it comes to possibility tower progression, looking at campaign formations, when you start getting to the higher level deficiency, I feel like the effectiveness of this hero is going to go down a lot, meaning she is going to be specifically made probably for the Cursed Realm, the Nightmare Corridor, and that Treasure Scramble is where we could see her. And Treasure Scramble is another one that is a little bit questionable, just for the simple fact that the hero, again, is a little bit squishy. Now, sign-in rewards, we have been getting these every single day, Scorch Stream as well. Then we look at the event deals. This is where I'm going to bust out my calculator, guys. And I want to see exactly what is really worth it. So if you remember, guys, Beagris, they do a basic bundle. We have the Prime bundle. Then with the Awaken or the Highborn Draconic heroes, we have a basic bundle, we have a medium bundle, and we have the Prime bundle. And I'm just going to break it down kind of card by card, because even right here, guys, if we're looking at $15 for 20 cards, that's less than $1 a card. So pretty good when you look at the cost in there. Even looking at kind of the breakdown of what it is itself, you know, you're talking probably about 80 plus cents per card. And then you also do get the bonus 3. So even thinking of, you know, your $14.99 divided by the 23 cards that we're getting, that's about 65 cents a card, because you are going to be getting the bonuses out of here for those freebies. Then there is also a $24.99 pack. Again, you're getting 30 cards in here for less than $1. It is going to be 6 additional cards. So roughly you're paying that $24.99 divided by your 36 cards. That's going to take it to about 69 cents. So a little bit more expensive. And then if you want to straight up buy a copy of the hero. Now, when we start thinking about Highborn Draconic heroes, it is a little bit different of a number or a multiplication factor when you look at getting a hero itself, because these are running roughly 65 to 75, and I believe that is kind of the ballpark, 65 to 75 pulls to get one single copy of a Highborn Draconic hero. So again, even thinking, let's say for instance, on the lower side, without RNG, without luck, without anything else, we're just going to equate this to about 65 of emblems in there. So that gives us 105 overall. And looking at the 99.99, divided by around 105 emblems. Again, running about 95 cents for the emblems in here in the entirety, making the basic bundle a pretty good deal overall if you're looking. And anytime, and I know we talked about this over on the live stream, anytime that you're getting these insignias pretty much under $1 is kind of the value. Now, the medium bundle, I think it's going to be about the same. So 30 for $24.99. Well, right here we had 30 again, $24.99. And then looking here, we do get some free Draconic Dragonspeak emblems. Now, overall, not going to need these at all. Not worried about the emblems. Not worried at all when it comes to the gear itself. That will come in time. So $49, and you can see roughly 40 emblems. I know you do get the free chest, but this is a little bit over $1. And then, of course, $100 for 60 emblems. We are looking and we want to get the hero. We're not worried about getting the furniture scrolls in here. We are just worried about strategically and getting this hero. And of course, we're not taking into account any of the price or really what we're seeing with the diamonds itself. Then we get into the prime bundles. This is $30 for 30 emblems. So again, you're thinking maybe dollar for dollar in there. But then even you look at this package, $50 for 40 emblems. So it's even more than $1 per emblem in there. And then even looking at $99 for 60 emblems. Again, we're discounting very, very heavily Dragonspeak emblems. And if you've done the summons, if you've done polls for Highborn Draconic Heroes, the ability to get these epic Dragonspeak emblems and these Dragonspeak emblems is incredibly easy because you do so many summons in here. Even here, guys, $99 again for pretty much a copy. The rest of these, even $99 for 50 of these, not really worth it. So I'm going to stick with the basic bundle. We're going to pick a couple of these up. I said earlier we were going to go ahead, but we preloaded money on a gift card, which we do every single month. We're going to go ahead and pick up these little bundles. So boom, there we go. We are picking these up. Now, in addition, guys, we're getting a couple diamonds out of there, but we also do get the Continuum points and we get the Sana notes, which of course could be bonuses, including furniture scrolls, which I absolutely love. 20 Draconic Insignias, that's what we're looking at. So it seems overall, again, kind of dollar for dollar. Getting the basic bundle in here is definitely worth it. Now, in addition, we did pull, and I believe it was around another 22, 25 cards out of just regular gameplay, regular game modes like we see. And of course, again, when it comes to these heroes, the cost of Draconic Heroes is still super high. Now, we've got a lot of reports over on Reddit, on Discord, a couple other places that actually shared their summoning that they did over on Tuesday. I've seen players that are 650, 750, even I know, and again, some players are 800 Draconic Insignias plus to get this hero up to Ascended with 1 star. Now, of course, we are Mythic with no copies, which means the ability to actually get her to this Ascended tier within the 60 days is going to be a very, very big stretch, in my opinion, when it comes to building them out. Now, of course, we hopped in the store, we picked up some emblems out of there, even hopped in the Dragonforge Trials, and this is really a big driving point for players being able to come through here and actually finish out some of these stages. But we picked up a couple in here. We do have another 20 emblems that will get kind of week over week, so we'll be able to do a couple more summons in there. Also picking up a lot more when it comes to these regular scrolls. Now, the reason being, when it comes to the regular Dragonforge scrolls like we've seen right there, we still are looking for that very last single copy of Beagris, and I'm not going to use my diamonds in here. I'm going to go ahead and use my scrolls to summon out, and maybe, guys, by chance, if we could see a Highborn Draconic hero in here, it would be absolutely amazing, but we just get 2 regular summons, which yields us nothing at all, but that many more summons closer to building them out. Now, in here, we are back to 85 emblems. Now, like we were kind of talking about earlier, discounted summons, you want to make sure you're using them. And even if you're not using that for this specific Highborn Draconic hero, you absolutely want to come in here. You want to make sure you're doing your summons because the discounted is essentially giving you free Draconic Insignias, which we do not want to pass those up at all. So let's go ahead, guys, with our 85 cards. Fingers crossed, maybe we can get 1 or 2 copies. Would be absolutely epic to see. First pull, again, we were talking about those Dragonspeak emblems. You do get a lot of them out of summons. I really wouldn't put a lot of thought into getting them because these heroes take so many summons. I mean, look at this here. 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is 20 Dragonspeak emblems alone. And of course, the 1 epic Dragonspeak emblems. You can see we have 42 because we did build her to a +40 signature item. But overall, if I'm getting roughly, you know, that's 20, let's say 10 to 15 every pull we do. And there we go, guys. That is another copy. It is just a single, but that's okay because that brings us one copy closer. We still need 2 more copies to get her up to Elite Plus, then another 3 copies for Ascended, then another 3 copies getting her up to that 1 star. Because, of course, with a damage dealer like this, it is going to make a big difference on the build and how much damage she can produce. And, of course, we get these, which are just absolute garbage at this point in AFK Arena. Just because right now we have several thousands of them. Not a really big driving factor or a push to pull any of those in the entirety. But can we see one more copy? Some more 24-hour chests. I love seeing that. And it looks like we are not going to be able to. What do we got? Like 2 more? No, we have 5 more. Let's summon up these last 5. And I think we just got one. Boom! There is copy number 2. So out of 85. And again, roughly it is 65 pulls to get a copy of her. So that gives us 2 copies in 85, which is very, very good. We have 4 more cards. Could we pull another one? That would just be absolutely broken for the summons itself. If we could get 1 more, we got 2 Draconic Insignias, and we did! We did, guys! Look at that! 85 Draconic Insignias, 3 pulls of the hero, and we still got 1 more, which again, I'm not expecting anything to come out of that. But that is 3 copies in 85 pulls. Man, that is some really, really good luck with the summons in there. Again, that gives us those 3 more copies that will actually take her up to that Mythic Plus level. And like I had said, 3 more copies will take her to Ascended, being able to put furniture on there, and then of course being able to engrave, guys. But that is just absolutely awesome to see that we got all 3 of the copies we need out of 85 cards. I know the streamer luck. I know the salt is going to come with that one, guys, because that was really, really epic with this hero itself. But all right, guys, so looking at the cost of these Draconic heroes, it is kind of crazy. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.